Hello, hello, and welcome along to another episode of Freedom Chasers. It is with great regret that I am to inform you that Elora is away eviscerating emus in Egypt, and in doing so, she has dislocated her cheek. And she took Josh out while she was doing it. There he goes. Catch that. She dislocated her cheek.
Cheek doesn't start with an E.
No. She would never. No. We don't have to E the body part. Keep up. Anyway, she's hoping to have it repaired by about halfway through the session. At which point she should return to us. However, let us not start with this week, but with last week. And I believe we began in the Tower of Jadicus. And most specifically after the dream, which I think we recapped at the beginning of last session.
Yes.
Whence forth and thence did we go from there?
God, it's so foggy.
It's a trick question. We didn't go anywhere. We began with Dinari, I believe, trying to find out if anybody else had been chitined.
Yes. In
TLDR?
morally questionable ways, you could say.
No. She was abrupt.
Got to the point.
Yeah. And then you basically had a little moment as the three of you, where you were discussing the dream and Ben's condition, and thus, whilst Weary was, of course, at the tower. We then flashed backwards to the previous evening in the cigar room with Weary and Zadicus, where they talked about many things. Zadicus was very enamored of your company. Weary, any particular reason? Do you remember?
I think because Weary's disposition is very much the opposite of his, and I think he finds that interesting.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was to do with the fact that you weren't particularly interested in doing anything for yourself.
Yeah.
And yet, when he asked how he should decide where to go with his life, yours and later the party's reasonings were you should do what feels right to you, which, of course, left him in exactly the same conundrum that he spent most of his life being in. But yeah, he very much just liked how authentic you were, I think. Then you went to bed, and what did you sleep in, Weary?
like a bowl.
It was. It was a bowl of padding and covers. It is, he calls it the pit.
Yeah.
And so you can just sort of launch yourself in and just...
and then there was like a rope to get out in the
There
morning.
was a rope of climbing that pulled you out and tried to put you in the bath, which you accepted.
I did.
The cleanest Weary we have ever known. I think that's 3 baths in 2 weeks. And then you guys... Where we go from there? You went back to breakfast? And you told Weary about the dream?
Yeah.
From there... Dinari, you met Katie, right?
Yes. Did some alchemy.
Did some alchemy. Katie being a Tresson. And you were trying to create potions that would aid Weary in his recovery. And in turn, she gave you a tome. And it is what it was called.
I thought I got the tome from Zadicus a couple sessions ago. She gave me an extra ingredient to make one super great stamina potion, and then also gave me like a little bit of info to add to my
was it not her that told you that messing with, like, giving stamina potions in wake of the ritual might kill Weary? Or was that
was Zadicus?
Okay, yeah.
That was in the dinner after it.
Yes, yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, you did end up making some stronger potions. And whilst that was happening, Anivari and Zadicus had a conversation about the Assassin's Guild. know what I can ask you guys about that. It was complicated. Basically, TLDR, he said that should she wish to find out more about them, she could speak with a fairy called Osprey, who once came to him seeking a way out. It was implied, but not sort of assured, that basically he didn't help her because she didn't have anything for him. And being the lovely, benevolent friend we all know Zadicus is. He then gave her instructions that she would need to ask for an hour of guided prayer with an acolyte in the quiet chamber at the Constellation, People's Temple of the Constellation in Durban, and Osprey would arrange a meeting. He basically told her a very few little things that he knew about the guild, and Zadicus let her in on a secret. Can anybody remember what that was? Or a little bit of shared history, perhaps, is a better phrase.
Yeah. Zadicus had already kind of known of Anivari through, I think it was like a previous adventurer who came to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to need the spell check on that.
What you guys didn't know, I guess, and maybe I can give a little tiny reveal on Elora's behalf, is that he's basically the one who taught her who took her in post Assassin's Guild and taught her to fight and to be good and those sorts of things, you know, taught her the ways of the world, really. He was a mentor to her. And it was on her behalf that Caecilius had beseeched Zadicus twice, and that was the last time they'd spoken. And then you guys actually all did a dinner. Did you all do dinner? You did, right? Or did Anivari not? Maybe Anivari didn't.
Anivari was in the stables.
Yeah, that's it. She was grooming a horse. I thought she got you to do that too, but maybe I got confused. And then what did you guys chat with over dinner? Pretty much Zadicus' past and future, right?
Mm.
And then finally we found out why Seraphina's so interested in you. Why is Seraphina so interested in you?
Because we're special.
No. Well, yes, very much so, but also
Yes.
no.
Because usually people, you know, their lives are very easy to track, and ours has no definitive future because it keeps changing.
Well, most specifically, she said that usually with people, there is some outcome more likely than not in their future. But with you guys, there was nothing. No convergences, no certainties, just noise and chaos. Potential scattered like bones cast in a fire. She cannot see your future because there is nothing to see. Not because there is no... You're going to die tomorrow, but simply because there is no destined path, no probable future. There is only possibility. She hadn't seen this
That's called being in a sandbox.
Yeah, pretty much. She had only seen this once in 1,000 years, and it was very, very recently. Who was the other person?
It was Zaddy.
Quick. No, it was quick.
Well done. I'll give you a
Yes.
D4 for that. It was indeed Quick. Who is Quick? What a great question.
Quick is the little magic boy that I've been suspicious of ever since we've been.
Yes, I mean, it wasn't me specifically asking who is Quick. I was. The question has been asked, who is Quick, many times.
Who are you?
And did I ever give you the rhyme?
Player coming in?
No. Nobody is coming into my table and role-playing a 14-year-old. We do not need that kind of moodiness. Okay, I will put it in a handout here for you. I think you have heard this once or twice. The rhyme of Quick.
Oh, I got his
Yeah,
rhyme
we
also
have.
transcribed in the cast list.
Oh, cool. But there it is. Quick's.
Love it.
Shall I do it for us?
I don't think so. Unless you really, really, really want to, I guess. I mean to shut you down. But I don't think we need to relive it. Simply, it is there so that you have it in future. Anyway, upon this information, you guys basically began to say your goodbyes, right? Did I miss anything out? I never have to do the recap.
Those were all the main points, at least that I got.
Great. At that point, you guys said your goodbyes, and he offered to teleport you. And that is where we left off. And here you are, near but not quite next to Seraphina's hut, sort of distantly in view. And that right there is where we shall resume, as you guys stand sort of 300 or 400 feet away from this. From this, you can see it, but it's not. You're not close enough for it to be a problem. What's the feeling? What's the thinking?
The feeling I'm thinking is, could we jump her so that Weary doesn't have to go through?
I mean, it's a very simple way to prevent Weary going through the ritual.
By jumping her?
No.
Simple.
Yeah, simple. What, by like killing me or something like that?
No, just William was her original intended offer. I'm sure if you valiantly offer to once again take his place.
I don't play games with witches.
They just play games with you. That's fair.
They can try.
You are alive. Anyway, as you guys look out, where is there a sense of eagerness to get this over with, anticipation, fear? What's going through Ray's mind?
There's a sense of fear, but there's a sense of comfort in that fear. That I think Weary is like, I'm still just a man at the end of the day, and she can't take that away from me, and that's what that fear reminds me of. You know what I mean? I'm still someone who gets to make decisions at the end of the day.
Chosen this. How do you feel, William?
I just told you how I felt.
I know you want to jump her, but is there an insurmountable feeling of guilt on your shoulders?
I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty because I never asked Rary to do this. I never tried. I don't think there's any guilt because this was Rary's his own choice to take onto himself. I suppose the feeling that is most dominant in William's mind at the moment is just, I think, just hope that like something goes wrong, that she can't perform it, or that she changes her mind, that she wants something else. I suppose he's just thinking about ways this could go a different way.
One of you, Dinari, is a most spectator to this. But obviously
The impartial person.
you've been here at the Witch's Hut before. It's not a place of comfort for you either, I assume. How do you feel?
It's probably actually a little bit of a hint of guilt, because I think we're coming off of a conversation before where it's like the hours that I had spent trying to create some sort of comfort for Weary in the aftermath of this was just like shot down really quickly. So now it's kind of, she's feeling like there's like a bit of like a leading a lamb to slaughter kind of situation. It's like
You are?
we just, yeah, to some degree at least.
So, my little lamb, are you going to stride confidently to the front door and knock on it? Are you all going to approach tentatively? What's the plan?
I think I look very nervous. And I think I'm the first to step out, and my hands are shaking.
If Weary's okay with it, then like an arm would come to loop around around his arm as well, like just to help keep him steady.
I'll stand on the other side of him, and I'll hold his hand that's shaking, and I'll look to him. We could always jump her and try our odds there.
No, mate. This is going to happen one way or another.
Well, maybe Jerving, instead of giving her your youth and abilities, maybe try and siphon hers instead. Try and reverse this thing.
What's Uno?
It's a game, I'll teach you later.
But I think Weary will be like, well, if I feel that I could flip the table on her, then you never know. I'll
Yeah, do it. And then we'll jump her.
Jeez.
I'll give you a signal. I'll give you a signal when to if. All right, if.
Yeah, I'll look out for that
Sneaky
signal.
bits while
All
he's
right.
gone.
I'm really sorry. I also left the notification sounds on, which means that Pyrus is just playing music and text to speech over you guys. You roleplay while I was gone with his bits. Thank you very much for the bits. Appreciate it. Sorry. As the two of you step either side to accompany you, and I'm sure Anivari sort of in her own way comforting quietly from a distance, perhaps tying the horses, getting things ready, etc. As you approach the hut, you see a crow sat upon the top of the hut. And as you approach sort of 100 feet, 80 feet, caws out loudly. The door to the cottage opens. A warm smell of currant buns and tea. That's from the room. It's almost welcoming. If only you didn't know why you were here. Which does not come to the door. But it's clear the door has been opened for you.
Continue on inside.
Oh, and there you are. Please, come in, take a seat.
Serafina, if you're here, who's guiding the Nine Hells?
Did you enjoy your stay with Zedicus?
He's an okay innkeeper.
He was pleasant and forthcoming,
you-
I'm sure.
Was he like that when he was with you?
At times. At times absent. Distant only by nature of his absorption in his most recent tone. There were pleasant diversions and difficult times. As I'm sure you found in your own stay. You do not trust him, will you?
It's hard to kind of put your trust in these magical people in the woods
Is there anyone you
Who?
trust?
who are against each other.
Is there
There
anyone
are
you
some
trust?
people who there are some people who I trust.
You see a sense of like she gives you all a look, almost questioning. Any insight proficiencies? I think it's
Yes.
Barry. Yeah.
No.
If you're proficient, give me an insight check, please, both of you.
Aww. I like 10.
19, and I will put a card to get over to make it a 20.
Okay, go ahead, do your card. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you? Oh, how pleasing. Pales in comparison to what lies inside of you, the reason that she is interested in you, in fact. And with a 21, she's hiding it well, but she is eager. She's pleased that you are here. There is a slight sense of animosity from her, which you would gather is your time spent with Zadicus, but it is being very overridden right now by her excitement. coming ritual.
In my head, I don't know if you guys. Well, this is a very niche reference. In my head, she's like in that Doctor Who episode, the first one with Martha, the little lady with the straw who sucks people's blood. No. Well, she's like that.
Elora would get the
Never
reference
watched
if she
it.
wasn't off eviscerating emus.
I know.
Nevertheless, she sort of looks you over, and there's a little time before we can commence. Perhaps you are hungry, thirsty. I baked. She gestures towards a platter of warm currant buns on the table, buttered and toasted. There is a pot of tea that smells homely and slightly sweet.
Would you like me to eat?
It's going to be like that, is it? Frankly, Mary, I care not what you do for the next 4 hours unless you, leave. Is that the honesty you were seeking?
I don't say that in a way of, or in a manner of animosity or hostility. I say that in a manner of care.
What you are going to go through will result in your extreme tiredness, perhaps a small element of pain and great weakness. Bolstering yourself with food may benefit you, or it may cause you to feel queasy. I don't know. I have never been on that side of the ritual.
The reason I ask, and the reason I guess I care, is because spending the last few days with Zadicus, I can understand what it must be, what it must have been like to spend a long time with someone like that.
My dearest Weary, you have absolutely no idea. But I appreciate your attempt to empathize. What you saw of Zadicus was only what he wished you to see. Let us not pretend that it is any different with myself. Nevertheless. Yes, eat. It may make you feel better in advance.
What'd you bake?
Currant buns toasted with butter.
Currant buns. Alright. I'll take one and munch on one, excuse me.
Yeah, as you bite in, it's sumptuous. It's warm, it's homely, slightly sweet, but not too sweet. She pours a tea for you, and I will not cheapen this in an attempt to empathize. And then she looks to the other three. Anivari, Dinari, William. Do you intend to watch? Would you like to wait nearby? Would you like to set up your magnificent little abode a little way away?
I intend to stay here with Weary.
Let no one ever say you were not decisive. Perhaps you and I should have a little chat in the kitchen. It seems like an odd thing to say when the counter is all of about 6 foot away from her.
And isn't this an open plan?
It's a simple room. She gestures, come. You can aid me in making the poultices that will be needed.
I follow. There's
a sort of whoop noise as you step through into the kitchen, and you cannot hear anything that Weary is saying to Dinari. I'm going to assume the barrier goes both ways, and she looks to you. Dinari. No, not Dinari, sorry. Weary.
Excuse me?
She looks to you. Weary. Has he become a friend to you?
Why do you care?
Color me curious.
Well, you know the old saying,
I
curiosity
am no
killed the
cat.
hag. I didn't say cat.
You see him as a friend?
I'm not answering your questions, Serafina. If you want to read my mind, go ahead. But I do not need to
Is that-
engage in small talk with you.
Blanket permission, or just for this particular moment?
It's not permission, but you never needed permission before, so I start now.
I'm wounded. She
No, you're
smiles at
not.
you. Perhaps I can offer you a small bargain.
Ah. I wonder where I've heard that before.
Perhaps if you will answer 2 questions from me, I will give you something in return.
What will you give me?
I will give you perhaps a choice. A choice of, would you prefer the gift for yourself or for Weary?
What's the gift?
That depends on who you choose.
Well, I don't go into business with people without knowing all the information.
Never mind that.
So
Shame.
be it.
Why are you so angry at me, William? Have I
Not
harmed you?
angry at you. Not yet. You sure tried it, though.
Did I not save your life?
Oh, please don't act like you're some kind of holy savior who swooped in at the right moment. Everything you've done has all been for your own gain.
And yet, the person it has benefited most is you.
Has it? You're about to drain my friend of his life force.
Friend.
Pretty sure that's aiding you.
Ah, so you do see him as a friend. And yet, you bear no guilt. It benefits me, of course it does, but another one would have come along for me. For you, however, there was only one opportunity. And you find
If another
yourself
one would
here.
have come along for you, you wouldn't have been so desperate to make the deal then. So frustrated about it, and so eager to take Weary. If you're going to lie to me, which light better?
I do not lie. Another one always comes along, but I do like taking the opportunity when it is given. And I will not hide the fact this ritual is purely beneficial to me. Nevertheless, I at least gave something for it. You have received benefit with no cost. You bear no guilt.
The cost is what you're about to do to Weary.
Do not pretend
That is a
that his
cost.
cross to bear is more of a cost to you than to anyone else. You chose.
And so did Weary.
Would you reconsider? It would be much more pleasant to perform the ritual on you.
And why is that?
First and foremost, because of how much you would despise it. And secondly, because you are ripe with internal magic.
God, you're a vulture.
You will not take his place.
I will not do anything that will further benefit you.
I believe you will pass me the lint, though. She points to it at the end of the table. And you see she is making a point, because, William, before you have said anything, your arm extends and takes the lint. Hands it to her, and she just smiles and, thank you, dear.
What is your end game exactly?
I have no reason
Or
to
do you
discuss that with the
plan
likes of you. You may return
The
to
likes
the
of me.
tavern.
Weren't you just the one asking me for help?
And did
Offering
you answer
me
my questions?
deals?
Did you respond?
You didn't
Presently,
ask
no.
the 2 questions.
You did not take the deal, and the first time I asked you a question, you
Because
said you
I
would
wanted
not answer my
information?
questions. Do not try and play with me, William. You will lose every time. Go and sit down.
Go fuck yourself. And I turn and walk away.
As you head back to the room, you reach that barrier where the sound will crush, and you walk straight into it. Okay. From the kitchen.
I turn around and I walk up to her until I'm very close.
She leans in
And I just
almost
say,
sensually and says, "Don't be foolish, Noah. Don't be foolish."
make no mistake, witch. After this day is done, it may be a month, it may be a year, it may be several. But the day I watch you burn, I'll be dancing.
You wish me an enemy.
Well, you're not an ally. And from my point of view, you're the one who's fragile. Who's sucking whose soul into their body? Oh yeah, it's you.
You understand nothing, the path to immortality, and I bet that galls you.
You know nothing of friendship.
Ah,
And
there
I
it
know
is
you
again.
never will.
Why don't you go and grab your friend? Dinari, darling. Shall we make some tea?
Yeah, okay.
She gestures for the two of you to switch places. For you to come into the kitchen and for William to return to Weary's side.
Just real quick, I just need to know: is this barrier a transparent one? AKA,
Yeah, completely.
Did we see William smush it?
You did
Wait,
see
so
William
we saw
walk
William
straight
just,
into thin air. Yes, exactly that. Glad
Right.
you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
As Dinari, you will enter into the kitchen. Once again, you'll hear that sound as you pass through the sound barrier, so to speak. She looks at you and... No, you don't like that word. Your companion, William, is very angry at me. He would like to make an enemy of me. He will dance when I burn, apparently. What tea shall we make him? She gestures towards a drawer, and it's an important part of friendship, companionship, whatever it is. The sharing of food and drink. This here is black licorice. I personally particularly enjoy the taste. And this here is deadroot, which will quite quickly and efficiently dispose of him. This is honeysuckle. This is lavender. She gestures towards herbs that you know well. This is worm-tongue petals, cause him great sickness. She shows you a few other herbs that you know. Nettle tea. It's this here. We call it black honey, which is a strange thing to call it because it is neither black nor honey, but nevertheless it can render one incapable of performing or accessing or even being accessed by magic for days on end. Just pop some in the pot, whatever you think is most to his liking.
With him being...
William, of course. Is he a liability to you, Dinari?
He's an instigator.
Yes. Do you think he would bear guilt if his animosity towards me caused pain for the four of you?
If it does, he shoves it so far down that I can't find it.
He bears no guilt at Wary's sacrifice.
I'm not surprised. He hasn't expressed any of that so far.
Would you have done the same?
In all honesty, Weary beat me by a fraction of a second.
It's very endearing. I appreciate your candidness. Does you see me as a vampire, leeching the life of others around me?
It's odd, because we've had a quick run-in with a vampire-ish before. You're extremely similar, yet you disguise everything that you do under this weird cloud of hospitality.
Why be uncivilized?
You give back. You give back, but there's always some sort of there's always something to make sure that you have, the last quip. There's always something else for you that you get in return. It benefits you better.
That is true. I like to play the game, but do you know the main reason for this veneer of hospitality?
To keep people coming back.
Well, I suppose that's it in simplicity. This ritual with Weary cannot be performed on the unwilling. A vampire can suck blood in the night while the other sleeps. My existence depends on the willing. Not even the magically coerced.
Willing is an extremely loaded term. I level a sword at someone's head and I tell them to dig a grave. They're willing to do it.
Yes. And I suppose in some ways that is what I have done with Weary, though I levelled the sword at his friend, not him. But he is giving willingly. If even almost subconsciously he attempted to withhold that which I seek to take, the ritual would not work. William has the rest of his life. Wary will lose a couple of weeks. Is that such a bitter deal?
My opinion on it's irrelevant. I can't stop Weary from doing what he wants.
That is true.
I can't force William to take his place.
Would you?
I almost would.
Dinari, your honesty has been very refreshing. I'd like you to have something. And she takes the drawer out that she was just pointing to with all the different things for the tea. Beneath it is a series of pouches. But she says, take them with you when you go. I hope they do not remind you of me. So there are many innocuous tea herbs there that you don't necessarily need to keep track of. You can call them whatever you like. There's everything from turmeric to thyme to mint to nettle to... But there are 3 dangerous teas. The first is deadroot. If enough deadroot is consumed by the drinker, it will kill them. There is no save. Nothing. They must ingest it, but there is no save. They will die. This only works on humanoids, it should be mentioned, and some people may have magical protection. To be very specific, anybody with immunity to poison wouldn't die from it. The second is what she calls black honey. It renders the person under the effects of anti-magic for 10 days. This means no magic can affect them and they cannot perform any magic.
Mm-hmm.
And the third are worm tongue petals, which you will find on D&D Beyond, which are simply a poison. They deal poison damage, both when applied to weapons, but also when ingested. You particularly don't like somebody. Worm tongue, it's W-Y-R-M.
Y-R-M? Yeah, worm tongue.
There you go.
Thank you. Alright, I will try later. And it's just like, how would I add this to the inventory exactly? Just like...
You can just add 1 and then make a note that there's, half a pound of it. You can customize the weight if you like, the same way you would wild sage root or anything else.
Okay.
With any other herb, and then she sort of... Perhaps your honesty should be repaid with honesty. I have no way of making this less uncomfortable for Weary. And she sort of lets the barrier drop, and you'll hear whatever conversation is currently going on between Anivari, Weary, and William. It is almost time, Weary. Would you like to know the full details of the ritual beforehand, or be guided through it as you go?
I think the second option.
Will take place outside. I will go and get ready. You have an hour. And then with an afterthought, she sort of puts the barrier back in place. The silence barrier. It's noticeable to you that she cannot hear within the room. The 4 of you to talk peacefully. The tea she has left on the table is honeysuckle tea. I'm assuming Dinari would not have prepared a second tea for William. It was only a conversation pointer that she was using. She wasn't trying to
Also,
get
William said in the past that any sort of tea brewed in this house is not something he's drinking. So
very true. So yeah, the 4 of you are left to your own devices, to your own conversation. There's tea and cake. How pleasant. Is there any conversation, or is there just a stilted and slightly uncomfortable silence?
The focused stare.
At anyone in particular, or?
No,
just
just
stare at William.
The fire.
Ah, the fire. Give me a perception check.
Right. Nat 20 for a 23.
Yeah, you hear faint whispering in the fire. Not the first to hear it. Won't be the last. But with your nat 20, you can indeed make out a single phrase. How come she took him back? What was wrong with us? The whispering continues, and it's impossible to make out any further words. It is very, very faint, and sometimes you think it's just the crackling of the flame.
Looking around the room, Does there seem to be a cup of tea that is obviously the cup that Seraphina's using?
She had a cup in the kitchen with her that she was drinking from.
Oh, okay.
You can see it in the kitchen.
Sure, but she's also in the kitchen.
No, she's outside.
Oh, well then, yes. I would like to sneak to the kitchen.
So sneaking
And
to be
I'd
done.
like
You
to-
get up and walk over.
You say
Sneak
that,
into
but
the
she has
kitchen
like
in the open
eyes and
concept
ears
house.
It's
anyway.
6 feet away.
everywhere.
Yep.
I would like to take out of my bag the vial of tea blood. And I want to put it in her cup of tea. I have no idea what it does or if it does anything.
Okay.
As you're about to do what thing, I'm gonna speak up and be like, William, what are you doing?
She's being so gracious to us. I thought her tea could have a little bit more flavor. It's just some honey.
Make a deception check.
I'd love to. That's a 21.
Fuck.
And weary an insight check.
May I also?
Yeah, of course.
16.
Oh, hold on, Dinari. Yeah, go ahead. Trying to make a decision,
Okay.
but I've made my decision. You may make your insight check.
Okay. Natural one.
Yeah, you're both pretty certain it's not honey, but at the same time, like, you don't think it's anything too nefarious.
It's probably nothing worse than what she already keeps in her cabinets.
She'll probably see through whatever you're doing anyway, so whatever.
Anything else you guys would like to do as you sit there waiting the ritual? In that case, I have to ask a rather awkwardly odd question right now. Weary, what are you wearing?
Nothing!
Just a simple question.
I think I'm wearing less layers than I normally wear, but I think it's my sailor's garb.
Okay. Does it come below the knee or elbow?
I think the one I'm wearing now doesn't come below the elbow, but I've got my wrists wrapped. Well, I've got like my forearms wrapped up, and I've got like knee-high boots.
Seraphina will come in and say, "You may all come outside, or those of you who do not wish to see the ritual take place may wait in here, or head somewhere else and set up your abode. I will not be interrupted once the ritual begins." She looks dead at William. Do you understand?
I heard you.
Weary, you will need to remove your boots. Your arms must be bare below the elbow. You see that she also has removed her shoes. She is wearing a short skirt that goes down to her knees. And she is wearing a sort of fairly drapey robe, and she has pulled the sleeves up and secured them above her elbows. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's funny. When Seraphina and Anivari return to go outside, I will follow them outside. As I do, I'm gonna cast a message to Wary, and I'll just say, "Remember what we talked about outside. If you can, do it."
Her eyes flick to you briefly and back. She smiles. And she will lead you, Weary, to a stone bowl placed upon the ground, large enough for you to stand in. Next to it is a second stone bowl that she stands in. They are not far from the edge of the house, and not far from the water. She looks to you. Please step in.
I'll step in.
She will stand in the other bowl. She reaches out and hands you a single rose. Touch this in both your hands. Stay still. She stands in the other bowl. She takes what appears to be an old, withered, dried black rose. Holds it at her own breast. She makes a small sort of motion with her head, and vines rise from the ground wherein will wrap around your legs and around your arms. Similarly, they do so to her. It is freely given, is received in gratitude. Vitality, strength, youth. Given freely, received in gratitude. She repeats this phrase 5 times. After which you feel the vines tighten. Those that watch will note that she has almost a rapturous look upon her face. And then you feel it, William. Weary.
Wow.
It's as if every vine that is wrapping around your arms and legs simultaneously sprouts silver thorns at once, piercing directly into your body. As you watch, you will see that the same has happened to her. Thin trails of black ichor seep from her body into the basin below her, and blood runs freely from Weary's wounds into the basin below him. You hear a small trickle of water as a little jug, silver and black with red roses painted along the side of it, pours water into both basins at this point. She reaches out, wherein she takes your hand. As she does so, she sort of and then she sort of pushes her shoulders back, and there is this moment where you see at the exact same moment where his shoulders begin to sag forward. The petals of the rose in his hand begin to wilt. It loses its luster. The colours fade to a darker red. Weary, you feel a sharp, unnatural pull, almost as if something is being drawn through your ribs. You see, the rest of you see her sort of... At this point, she cannot keep the smile from her face, and you will see the wrinkles fading so slightly from her skin. She gains luster, she glows, weary, pale, weak. See the vines relinquish their grasp, and for a moment, Weary looks like he's going to stumble forwards, but the vines catch him, holding him in place with no thorns anymore. You'll see as the blood runs down his arms and legs, small, tiny scars that at first look like little blood rivulets, capillaries if you will, and then they begin to look black almost in colour. You see rising up from the bowl that she stands in, red blood crawling up her body into her wounds. There is at this point a rapturous smile on her face, her hair tousled slightly in the wind, her eyes glowing ever so slightly golden. And then... nothing. No sound. As you look, the blood is gone from both of them. It is as if they have only just climbed into the balls. The vines relinquish, and Dinari, you will note very quickly that Weary is going to collapse forwards.
Yeah, no, I'm running in. I got him.
She pays him absolutely no mind at all. She steps from the ball and looks into the water, peering down at her own reflection. And as she turns, you, for the first time, really witness her power laid bare. It is as if she cannot contain the magic within her. And the three of you who are conscious feel this sort of sense of something looming over you. You feel tiny, small, irrelevant. It is only Seraphina standing before you, albeit a little younger. But she is no simple witch. She tries to speak in measured tones, but her voice resonates, carrying through the woods like the ringing of a bell. You may wish to set up your cottage. I assume you do not want to share mine. He will need rest. 10 days at least. She then sort of ignores the three of you and looks down to Weary. Very briefly brushes her hand on the back of his and says, "Your sacrifice is acknowledged. Received in gratitude." She walks into her cottage, and as the door closes, it's cold out here. It's just the three of you and Weary.
I rush over to Dinari and Weary's now unconscious body. I'll turn to Dinari. How does he look?
What do you mean? Fucking look at him.
Well, you're trading medicine, aren't you?
Are you?
I am. I am, but...
Give me a medicine check.
12.
Yeah, you don't need to be an expert to note that Weary lies on the brink of death. He is as close to death as one can be without being dead. His breath is shallow, his body is limp, his skin is pale. He has lost blood, but that is clearly not the cause of any of the problems.
Is he still actively bleeding?
Just about, very shallowly. At one moment you hear this sort of rasp, and then there's a stop for a moment. And then, as he gasps another breath, and you sense that almost if his body was to forget for one moment that it was meant to keep struggling, he would cease to remain.
I think I would ask William to actually go grab my cart so I can kind of get him at least on there and maybe do some like immediate work on him to keep him more stable before we get in the cottage, or at least see what I can do.
With no visible wound, you've not done anything with mind sickness before. Soul sickness, for that matter. You don't really know where to start. Strengthening tea could drown him. There is no wound to bind. At this point, he must rest.
I guess now the question would be if we would be setting up the cottage if we want to, right next to Serafina's hut, or to go back to Norvina and set it up there.
He will not
Instead.
make it to Norvina.
Not even just like resting in the cart?
You must be left
Okay.
still. And
Still.
Well, that answers that.
as you move him a little way around the lake, away from Serafina's hut, just a tiny bit, set up the cottage and place him on the bed. At first, Weary, there is nothing. Then there is a quiet voice. A wanderer. Are you lost, sailor? I will point out to you, I should just clarify something before I ask that. At this point, you don't, in your dream, feel at all tired, weary, or anything. You are just in a sort of complete bleak greyness. You don't know where you are, but you're not feeling particularly tired. That might change your roleplay slightly.
There goes the groaning.
There that goes. Yes, your body is feeling that, but your mind is not. Your mind is perfectly present.
Yeah. I reckon so.
Interesting. Are you seeking someone?
In a way, yes.
Well, journeys begin on boats, do they not, Sam? Why don't you take a ship? See where it takes you. And with her hand, this sort of... You notice the gesture, but you try and get a fixation on what she... You know it's a she, looks like. And there is no image, no visage. It's just in front of you, a rocking ship in the harbour.
No, I go towards the ship.
Oh, fuck me, really? You're here and you'll see a beautiful red-headed woman with a nasty scar on one side of her face. You'll see a short sword at her hip and a dagger at the other. She wears leather, shortened corsair armor. She's a pirate. She's got her tattoos openly on her arm. Bright green, piercing eyes. She looks at yours and... The fuck are you doing here? You don't recognize her, but you recognize her voice. This is Reba. From your soul coin.
What am I doing? What are you doing here?
That is... You know exactly what I'm doing here. This is where I have been put. I think the question is, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. I was saving someone's life.
You don't do much for yourself, Weary, do you?
There's I guess there comes a point in a man's life when you think to yourself, what man is a man if he's not trying to make the world a little bit better?
Really? Ugh.
Yeah.
Bless me. I mean... You see her for a moment, like, constantly trying to wrap her head around that thought. And she just sort of... Now, Don't get it. A man is a man who can make my world a little bit better, I suppose, but... Everyone I've ever met has been a selfish prick. Well, there's not normally a boat here, so that must have something to do with you. It's been a long time since I sailed. Is this where I say something corny, like, would you like to come aboard?
I think I would.
Any idea where it goes?
I haven't got a clue.
Sorry, I realised I didn't press that button.
Ooh.
Yes. Sorry, I completely forgot to actually click it.
goodness.
I just realised there was a yes on the screen. And I was like, oh, there we go. I didn't tap into that. So that is
Ooh
really
la la.
She was young and in her prime. She asked for her deal.
She only has 3 fingers. She must be
I don't
really
know about that.
getting into a lot of dangerous fights.
No, correct. This was...
The other
Leave
one's
my
got
AI
fingers.
alone. Sometimes one is in a hurry. Anyway, as you get onto the boat, it begins to set sail. Reba sort of looks out the front, her hair cascading backwards. I said I was looking for tales of adventure. I didn't expect to experience one. Is this sea going forever? You hear another voice that says, no. No, it does not. There are but 2 destinations. Her? Really? A tad disappointed, were you? You know this voice. I've heard it many times, but it has been a long, long time. You can head west and come to me. Or head east and go back to your life you were living. Can we get rid of the redhead? As you look, you see a familiar... the back, I suppose, of a familiar figurehead on the ship you're on. You didn't notice at first, but... oh, you know this ship. You know that figurehead. You know that voice. What it tells you is that to go west is to die. To go east is to live. Reba turns back to you and... so... were you a captain?
No.
Helmsman?
No.
Warrior? You see, she's getting slightly more disappointed with each question.
Maybe.
Beautiful, isn't she? It's a strange
Is she?
question, but you know she speaks of the ocean.
Okay.
As you look over the side, you see the crystal blue waves of the eastern archipelago. Gold sea.
Nothing else like it.
Well, Mr. Not a Navigator, not a Helmsman, not a Captain. What's our heading? Currently due north.
Well, going back to what I said, I think I've got some left in me to still try and make the world a better place.
After all, is that east then?
I think so.
Reba sort of turns the ship gently to the east. It is clear that though you were not, she was clearly a captain and an expert helmsman in her day. As she does so, she sort of catches your eye on the side and... Do you go back for someone in particular? Or just a general hope to better the world?
Bit of both, to be honest.
Well, that's something, I guess. You hear that faint voice, that one you know so well. Go. I can wait. I'm always waiting. Find your purpose. And you see this sort of ghostly hand covering yours. It gives a short, sharp pull. Sort of stir for a moment in the dream, and it's the lurch of a boat as it crests the wave and tips over the edge. And as you cascade downwards, you see a completely different vista. You see a boat running before you. You're closing in. Won't be long before they cast the lines, the grappling hooks to reel them in. Already you can hear men left and right baying for blood, discussing the sport of what they're about to do. The ship they're about to board. Only as you look down, you see Weary. That boat. You know how this plays out. It's just but a memory. A different perspective. Countless memories cascade from there. Time spent on land and at sea. People met, phrases shared. From a drink with Zadocus to the humming of a tune by a mother you can't quite picture. Memories toss about throughout the years. It's rocky seas, but you know you're coming into home port. And as the rest of you watch, there was a moment there where Weary's breath completely stopped. He held on by nothing but a thread. But every breath now comes a little stronger. William and Anivari, I'm assuming, will at some point leave. Eventually. Dinari, as you are watching over Weary, the minutes blend into hours, sort of mesmerized by the rising and falling of his chest. You hear a quiet voice. It's okay. I've got him for tonight. You can rest.
Probably like a blink and a shake of the head of like, God, I'm like a hallucinating voices. And we'll just still stick to it.
As you will, comrade. As you will. And then we'll take a short break. Right back. Hello, hello, and welcome back to the second half of Freedom Chasers. The emus have been eviscerated, and Elora has relocated her cheek, and therefore is present. Welcome back. Beyond that, yeah, you guys, I think it's fair to say Anivari and William probably eventually headed to bed. Dinari, you may have stayed up late into the late into the early hours of the morning, but I think eventually exhaustion would have taken you.
I would be willing to take an exhaustion level to stay up.
Oh, you want to try and stay up? Just stay up.
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution save.
I'm kind of good at those. Too bad I don't roll that great. 11.
Yeah. You would take one level of exhaustion just for staying awake. But you failed your con save, so that's 2 levels of exhaustion. Bleary-eyed, 6 o'clock in the morning, you do see Weary stir for just a moment. And then turn to the side. Resume snoring. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. rolls around, you hear William and Anivari getting up. William and Anivari, you have got up. Rise,
Yeah, I'll head
children.
over to where they both are, and I'll.
You're heading into Weary's room, okay.
Yeah,
They're
and I'll
in
look
the
to
cottage,
Dinari.
yeah?
And I'll look to Dinari. How is he doing?
He's better. He's stable. No.
This is going to be a long 10 days.
Would you actually be able to make me some tea?
Yeah. What kind do you want?
You know the kind. It's on the shelf.
Okay.
This one you won't touch.
I will go into the kitchen and brew up a pot of tea.
Yep, you have to battle with the kitchen trying to make you tea itself. But eventually you manage. You see Anivari coming down into the kitchen. Or perhaps into Weary's room. What are you doing, Anivari?
I guess I will just come down to the kitchen first.
Yep. You see William sort of mooching about.
Did you already... I'll just point at his room.
William currently just munching on a pastry that the kitchen has provided it to him. Just finishes his mouthful. Tries not to
Shoved it in his
die.
mouth, try and keep making tea.
He seems to be resting. Dinari is with him. She asked for some tea. I don't know if she slept.
It's pretty obvious she hasn't. To you guys. To you.
How close are we to Seraphina's cabin? Did we set up just
80
just
feet.
outside, or... Okay.
And indeed, it isn't long before you hear a knock on the door. On the front door.
I will go and open it.
Seraphina is standing with expecting. Good morning. Is he still alive?
I should hope there wouldn't be a question in that.
She hesitates for a moment, then she... There was always a chance he might choose not to fight for his life. Rather lovely abode you've got here. It is a little... close. I wondered if you'd like to be somewhere else.
We will be out of your way as soon as we can.
She holds up a hand. No. I understand you don't want to move, Weary. Do you want... Shall I move you somewhere else?
William, will you get Dinari as well?
Sorry, what?
William, will you get Dinari?
Oh, William, will you get Dinari? I thought you were asking Seraphina if she was going to move the house and leave Dinari behind. Which would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
I should do that to
Leave
William.
As I walk past the front door with the teapot, I take a look at Seraphina and
Morning.
look down to make sure. I look down to make sure she's not got a foot inside the house, and then I'll go in to the room. I'll place the tray with the teapot and the cups and the little jug of milk and sweeteners and sugars and all those things that I just assume we have. I'll say,
The house has many things, but sweeteners have not been invented in Mazrare. I do want to make that.
Okay, just sugar cubes then. Dinari, she's at the door.
Okay, my sword is at the side there.
Anivari's asked for you to come. There seems to be something she'd like to discuss with us. The witch, that is.
Okay. Yeah, no, I figured. I will pour a cup and leave it on the table if Weary wakes up.
Hmm.
And it's just there. On his, head down. Weapons on my person, mind you.
Weary. Make me a con save and subtract 10, please. So you have 10 exhaustion cards right now.
Don't save. So nat 1, so -9.
With a nat 1, Weary does not stir at any moment. And in fact looks almost as weak as he did yesterday. Dinari, you head downstairs? She sort of looks at you, under Anivari's arm, I guess. Sorry to... Are you going to be staying... Do you want to... Your house is very close to mine. Is there somewhere else you'd like to be?
I wanted to leave last night, but we couldn't.
Yes, I'm a little more refreshed this morning. Do you want the entire abode to be somewhere else, Weary and all? Perhaps the outskirts of Norvina or Beldania? She names another continent.
Anywhere but here.
Anywhere. Careful the bargain you make with a witch. She smiles and... Good. Marvelous. You might want to close the door.
I just close it between us.
And you hear this sort of sound. If you open the door again, Anivari, you are a little way outside of Norvina. You can see it just up the hill. Give me an Arcana check.
Good at those.
She says
13.
with sarcasm. Yeah, that seemed like powerful magic. Quite impressive. Didn't even hear her casting. And then, gone you were. Fantastic. Welcome to Norvina. You're on the outskirts. You're like, maybe half a mile away. You're far enough that unless they were standing on the outskirts of town looking out at that time, they wouldn't have noticed your cottage appearing. But you can certainly see where you are.
One person just got a really crazy story to tell.
I saw a dragon! I saw a cottage! Just appeared! Yeah? Is there anything in particular any of you would like to do today, apart from Weary, who can't do anything?
I'd like to... I don't want to say I want to tell her to, but I would say to Dinari, we're up now. You need to rest too. We can watch him.
I can't. I guess, are we back up in? It doesn't even matter in this room. My leg is twitching. It's just
I don't think that's normal. And I point to her twitching leg.
I'm not twitching like a maniac. It's just you got some nervous energy. You're like, yeah. I don't know what to do. I can't sleep. I can't think of anything helpful.
I don't think there's anything we can do. I
You
think we
want to
just
fight?
have to wait.
I don't know. This fighting's not gonna help. The potions aren't gonna help. Just sitting here isn't helping.
Fighting may take your mind off it. I can make you a punching bag, so to speak.
Is that a polymorph spell?
No, that's a
wild
call shadow
shape.
spell where I summon a shadow.
Okay.
I think a punching bag. Yeah, just offered itself already. Maybe fighting will tire me out enough to sleep. I don't know.
All right, well, come outside when you're ready, and I'll head out to the back garden. Oh, I suppose we don't have a garden, so just the backyard
Just
where we
space.
are.
Open space, yeah.
Yeah. I
Where the
go
very
out the
confused
back
horses
garden.
are.
Yeah.
And our cart
Mhm.
Yes.
full of
Yeah.
pillows that didn't get used because we ended up teleporting everywhere.
So wait, are you staying in the room then, William, to keep an eye on him?
I think
can.
Anivari
Yeah.
is still up there. Right. Yeah. Good.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, I'm like, you can't take your eyes off him for a second. You just he's breathing right now, still, but sometimes he stops. And it comes
I'll
back.
watch him.
Make sure that tea stays hot, please, for when he wakes up.
How the hell are you meant to do that?
Just keep once the old cup gets.
I
cold,
see, right.
pour
Just
it
keep
into the
putting new
pot.
tea, right? You've just presented a mighty problem for a paladin to solve. Keep
Well,
that tea
also-
warm.
I can divine smite it.
He's also got a fireball necklace.
Yeah, there is that. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go out the back.
Yeah, as we go out there, I'll begin drawing in like bits of shadow from like the house, nearby trees, stuff like that, and it all kind of culminates. I do have a picture of what this looks like.
Can you send it to me, please?
I sure can. Yeah, William Hale things. There we go. So it kind of culminates into a humanoid-ish figure, but it's a little abnormal. It's got there's lots of different there's multiple arms and hands that are appearing and disappearing out of this shadowy form. And it, yeah, like that. And it kind of it stands in front of you, and I'll say, do you want it to fight back, or do you just want to wail on it?
It probably won't feel the same if I just sit there and wail at it.
All right, let's do this.
But it is very apparent to you, William, that only a few swings in, Dinari is struggling.
Well, it's okay, because the shadow's struggling too, because we're in sunlight, so he has disadvantage on all d20s. So
Yeah, but
they're
she's,
both struggling.
Immediately, Dinari, your body will begin to ache. You feel off your
Yeah.
game. You feel can't find your edge at all. And indeed, it will tire you out. You begin to feel that exhaustion.
Yeah, I'm going till I drop, because I ain't got anything else to do.
Yeah. And as you're getting to the end of your sort of swing around, you hear that voice again. You really should take some rest. You'll need you strong at the end of it, and during.
There's still another shake of the head. This is still exhaustion.
I knew very long ago. Well, more, he knew me. His trouble calls. I can't stay long. I knew a son once that had helped him sometimes. He doesn't need me right now. And then, without asking your permission or anything, you will begin to hear an entire song in your head. It's the ocean waves. She sings about the waves, the tides, currents. It's a song of traveling on the sea, but it's from an unusual perspective. You hear of the water brushing past my shoulders. But then also strong beneath my bow. It's almost sometimes from the perspective of a woman, but sometimes from the perspective of a boat. I'm not too sure. As the song ends, she sort of quite sadly says, I must go now. I would love to see the ocean again. And then that voice is gone. But as it leaves, you do hear just a faint whisper, once again reassuring you that she will watch over him. Weary. Right now, you are riding a boat across the ocean. You're a young teenager, I would say. And it's weird because you're watching memories of your life, but every now and again there's a weird bit of commentary. As Reba sort of goes, really? You seem quite reluctant. You just get stuck in. Get involved.
I was always afraid.
What you were was a rubbish pirate. Your heart's not in it.
No, I never was.
How would a keel hold you?
Luckily, I can do a lot with fish.
I like to cook.
I don't know about like it, but I can do it.
Tell me about it. What's your favourite meal? And she sort of heads to the galley. God only knows what's happening to the boat. It's just sort of sailing itself at this point, but it doesn't really matter. You're sort of just drifting in the ocean now. And she asks you to sort of explain to her a dish that you enjoy, that you particularly like.
Flathead tails.
Sorry?
If we had flathead tails.
Flathead tails, eh? What do you do
If
with
we had
those?
spices and lemon, capers, anything that we were able to steal.
We used to steal saffron from Endreach. Cumin from Marigal. Paprika from Ulthano. So, what do you have them with?
Well, I'd always offer it with a Rebetta jasmine rice. Always my favourite.
Yeah, I might have kept you around if you could cook that. There's a long pause. Boat drifting. Once again, you're not watching a memory anymore now, you're just drifting. We had a chef. It's a strong word. We had a guy in the galley. Hale, I think his name was. Everything tasted the same. No matter what it was. I was sure sometimes that he was chopping up the people we captured. Put him in a pie. Sure he wasn't, but... She thinks for a moment. Gods, I hated him. When I took over as captain, he's the first one I put ashore. Never did get a new chef, really. We all just took a turn. And there's this sort of moment, it's the first time Reba's really mentioned anything except how she got captured. Again, the long pause. And... Why do you want to help me? I clearly don't like pirates, she points.
That's true. You remind me of someone.
Oh?
Someone I knew from long ago. Somebody who's trapped.
She the one to the west?
Perhaps.
It fades again. Turns to memories. Dinari, as you fight yourself into a state of sheer exhaustion, do you think you stumble up to your room, or will you just collapse out the back?
Can I sleep on the floor of Weary's room?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's where I am.
You head into the floor, enter Weary's room, and you see Anivari keeping watch. You just sort of crouch down by the side of his bed, I guess, at first, and then very quickly that becomes a sleeping. Now, Anivari, you now have two that you're watching. You make any comment, or just watch this strange thing take place? Anivari?
I just let her sleep. Watch them both.
Make me a con save, Dinari, please.
Is it 16, I think? Yeah.
Is that including the -2 from your 2 levels of exhaustion?
Yeah, that was my on the math.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 15 on the dice.
Okay. Yeah, you don't sleep well. It wasn't restful at all. But it was enough to stop you from getting any further exhaustion mechanically, so to speak. As the morning passes to night. And again, the night to morning. So, and is there anything that any of the three of you wish to be doing over the next 7 or 8 days?
How close are we to the town?
20-minute walk?
Yeah, at some point I'd probably go into town.
Anything in particular?
A drink.
Cool. Yeah,
A strong drink.
yeah, you can head up to the, I always want to call it the fucking prancing pony. And that it is not. It is the silver something? I don't know. I've lost it.
Silver
Where
I
is
get a
it?
silver pony for sure.
Oh, it's because I put it in the regulars. There we
Pink
go.
pony.
No, it's the Silver Pony Club. Yeah. This is the place where you have a permanent room, and Henry will greet you and say, "Oh, it's good to see you back," and yada yada. Jobus will, that's the innkeeper, offer you a stiff drink and sort of, "You're all right, lad. You've come back alone. I know. Your comrade's all right. You've met this guy 100 times. And seen his
I
uncle 100
don't
times.
remember his heart. They're safe. They're nearby in our cottage.
Oh, you've got a cottage now. That explains why you come by a lot less. Well,
Yeah. Well,
sad to lose your patronage, and glad you found a place of your own.
thank you.
What can I get you?
Your strongest spirit.
Got this old brandy here. It's meant to be pretty good from what I hear. Even the dwarves like it. With that, he'll pour you a goblet of brandy and give you a smile.
Mhm.
Charge you a silver piece.
Yep, I will pay a silver piece.
You heard about the new... They call him the Whisperer.
What?
He's the new advisor up at that noble court. But the way he stands just next to the Lady Christina, there seems to be whispered in her ear. Everyone's calling him the Whisperer.
Okay, it's not the other whisperer I know of.
That is the Whistler. Very
Same
different.
thing.
He's an assassin. This is a diplomat.
Well, that's why I was concerned.
He'll say, awful pretty he is,
Yeah, they all are.
No, too pretty almost. Anyway. It's all the gossip, I suppose. Not much else going on. That friend of yours, Jai Loco, came by looking for you.
Oh.
Said he was travelling out
Did he
west.
want-
He came to bid you farewell, but I told him I'd just take a message.
Thank you for the message.
A couple of days ago. Said he'd find better fortune where people are less honest or something. I don't know, didn't make much sense really. Offered to tell my fortune and charge me way too much for it. What is going on with the music? Why is it bouncing around in volume? Are you guys getting that too?
No.
No.
Okay. But Joe will, after a moment, realise that you're not really there for a chat. Give you a drink and leave you to the corner.
Yeah, I'll sit obviously by myself. Like the loner I am. I'll sit by myself and just I'd like to sit by the window if I can.
Yep.
And I just kind of look out. And I'm just thinking about lots of things. I think his thoughts are currently on if Weary will survive. If he does, how is this going to affect him going forward? Because he doesn't trust really anything the witch says. So her saying, 10 days he'll be fine, it won't really affect him, this ritual, whatever. He's really thinking about all the possibilities it could affect him, especially seeing the way she transformed in that ritual, the kind of that kind of grab at power that we witnessed and seeing her almost like be drunk on it, it was seemingly intoxicating to her. He's kind of thinking, if she's not done with us, what would she want in the future? How can we not be in that situation again? What can we do now that she's just juiced herself up in power? And he kind of thinks back on the tea blood that he put in her cup of tea, and wondering, did she drink it? Did she not? If she did it do anything? If so, what did it do? Will she know I put it there? Will she come to, seek her revenge if it did do something bad? All of these things. He's just his mind's kind of hyper-fixating on possible scenarios that could happen in the future as he drinks.
You drink and ruminate. You do notice at one point Mr. Mubbles comes in and is
who I assume at this point has land and a title, I hope.
No, but he's a regular. And you see Henry greets him by name and serves him a lovely little meal of meat and cheese, and it's nice to see that he's clearly looked after here.
In my head,
he still comes in. Oh, sorry, go on.
In my head, he stands on 2 feet, has a little top hat and a monocle.
He does. He sometimes wears a jacket, which is really weird because he doesn't have any arms.
He has little arms.
No, he doesn't have arms. He has feet.
Little legs.
Yeah, and he does often stand on 2 feet. But he comes in at lunch. It's still quite obvious so that he can leave before too many people arrive. But it's quite nice to see. Anivari and Dinari, obviously not whilst William is out, but is there anything that you guys would particularly like to do over the next few days? You can deal me out one exhaustion card check. We're on day 3.
I think I would at one point. When I go out to water the horses, I will put that potion that I got. I'll put that potion that I got into a treaty's water.
Yeah. The difference is pretty obvious pretty quickly. There's just shinier coat. The colors seem more stark. The contrast seems more there. Every muscle seems to sort of ripple a bit more and not in a weird way. The mane sort of glistens. His eyes catch the sunlight. He just seems just a tad more magnificent. You're not sure exactly what the effects are really, beyond that at the moment. But certainly he seems the better for it.
I don't notice any of it. He always looked like that to me.
I love that. What about you, Dinari? Anything particular, or are you watch, weary, sleep, watch, weary, sleep, watch, weary, sleep?
I don't even know what to do.
That's okay.
Other than just watch him sleep.
On the 4th day, you guys were here in the morning. Excuse me. I don't mean to intrude, but I would like to check in on Weary's well-being. I'm running out of words. As you received a group sending from Sadicus.
Group sending this man's the most powerful man alive.
Well, he may have sent all 3 separately. Although he probably didn't say I'm running out of words in all 3, I guess. But anyway, you will receive it. May each respond. Or not. In this case, maybe.
He's still sleeping.
You've got a lot of words left.
So I'll give him. I
He's still sleeping.
Look at us if he wants to.
Great. He has promised not to. Whether he sticks that or not, obviously you know, but he said he wouldn't without permission. What of you, Dinari? You said something?
Well, actually, I was just gonna say, wouldn't he be able to scry in anyways? And then after a little mumbling of like, too many fucking voices in my head.
I'd forgotten you had both of them. Is that, did you actually say that back to him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
just get a second apologies. And then, what of you, William? Do you say anything back to our good friend Zadicus?
What did he say again? How is he doing?
Yes, he said, apologies for interrupting. I just wanted to check in on our good friend Weary. How is he? I think he actually said on the well-being of our good friend Weary. How is he? I'm running out of words.
I'll just say he is resting.
Okay. On the 5th day, Weary, I will take a Constitution save -9, please. At this point, Nara, you may also give me a con save. See whether you're getting some actual sleep yet.
7 for -2.
Sorry?
10.
Oh, 7 for -2, I see. And a 10. Yeah, no. Both of you still pretty rough. It's not going well. On the 5th day, where he stirs. I assume at some point he has been given some sustenance, spoon-fed some broth or whatever. On the 5th day, where are you? Wake. Feels like you've been on a very long journey. As you sit up just a tiny bit, you see Dinari sat on the floor a little away from you. Seemingly somewhere between waking and sleeping.
Dinari.
Look up and run to the edge of the bed. And as I'm doing it, like I'm pinching myself to see, if it hurts and if it's real.
It hurts. Doesn't mean it's real.
What a dick.
You head over, you see Weary. You see Dinari.
How long has it been?
Oh god, I'm not even a good person to ask of that because I don't even know at this point. I'm still pinching. Almost like to the point of breaking skin.
Mm-hmm.
You look shocking.
You're talking. Look at you.
I always look shocking.
It's a good thing you bathed.
That's true.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna go back to sleep for a while.
Okay. Just keep breathing when you do. Please.
I'll try.
Alright. I'll be here.
Thank you.
A little while later, Dinari, Anivari, or William, one of the two or both, will come in to check on you. And William and Anivari, you would know that the following day, the next day, is Vela's Bounty. It is a festival. It will take place in Norvina and many places aside. One thing that is, of course, of interest of that is the festival that a couple of times Ben expressed his worry of not being ready for with the honey. It is a day for sharing with those in need. It often involves some sort of like sharing of food or necessities or In Galania, people gift people things, but in the Archipelago, it's more a case of, coming together of the town and communal feast tables, stuff like that. Obviously, you don't have to participate in the festival at all, but should you wish to, any of you, you may go into Norvina and at least see the festivities. They take place from early morning till late night, so. And obviously, if you wish to inform Dinari.
It might be a good idea for one or two of us to attend, at least on the peripherals, just in case something happens. Ben seemed very concerned about it, and with everything that's going on with him. We related. I will say this to both William and Dinari.
Mm-hmm. I swear, Weir was just awake for a little bit. At least I think it. My arm's cut up, so I was doing that while he was awake, so I assume that really happened. We didn't talk much, but I promised him I'd be here.
I'm gonna put a point of lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Maybe don't do that.
So I'm just really in uncharted territory here. I know it wasn't smart. Hopefully it's a good sleep.
We can keep watch over him. You should really sleep in a proper bed.
I rarely sleep in a proper bed. If anything, I'm usually propped up against a tree.
Well, maybe you should go prop up against a tree. This isn't working for you. Can you wake me up if he does wake up again? I just want to keep my word, please. Yeah. Go back over to Weary and just kind of very quickly whisper I'm just across. I'm just in the next room.
I don't open my eyes, but I think I don't do anything.
No, you can if you want. That's fine. I was going to say he doesn't stir, but yeah, you can.
I think I do stir awake a little bit, and then I don't open my eyes, but I just nod a little bit, and then I immediately fall back to sleep.
I'll look to Anivari. It's just you and me then.
What do you think about the harvest?
I think maybe you're right. Maybe we do need to just to check it out. Yeah, I don't really know further than that.
So you two will take it in turns tonight to watch over Dinari and to watch over Weary and wake Dinari if Weary wakes, so that the following day Dinari can watch Weary and you two can go to the festival.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Bumpkin, you can deal out a exhaustion card, but you will lose one, and on the 5th day,
nice.
Weary, you will also lose a level of exhaustion.
Nice.
Go down to 8. Not too bad.
Slowly but surely.
The following day, Gold Harvest, 24th, sort of 11 a.m. The two of you can go down to what is effectively, a hiccup, the Harvest Festival.
As we do, I'd like to talk to Anivari.
Please do. Go ahead. Do the thing.
As we walk together into town, I'll say, of course, it goes without saying we're all worried and concerned about Weary. It feels like there's something else going on with Dinari. She seems to be taking this very hard.
I agree, and I don't know exactly why. I think it's clear that we're all starting to mean something to each other. Maybe she's just feeling that the hardest.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's not because she's had to deal with this before. I know we could just ask her, but it doesn't really seem like an appropriate time, really. She's a bit loopy with not sleeping, so I don't know if we get the clearest answer out of her.
Pardon me, Dinari, have you sat at the bedside of an ill person in your lifetime?
Sorry, I'm very confused as to where
That was
Okay,
no,
we're
that
just
was
having a
Anivari
conversation far away
saying
from
like, is that is how the question would come across, that you are nowhere near them.
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Yeah,
And no response is required.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly the most tactful thing to say at the moment. Maybe we could, sorry, go on.
I'm just glad to be out of Seraphina's hair and have her out of ours, hopefully.
Yeah, well, we can hope, but who knows what scheme she's got planned. Maybe we should look out for the festival to see if anyone's selling any, I don't know, remedies or something that can help with sleep. It might help with Dinari if she's struggling to keep herself down.
Do you really think she would drink it?
I'd have to tell her.
Maybe we can try searching for other calming teas.
Like chamomile. I hear that does wonders.
As you guys come into town, it's clear nobody's going to be selling anything. As what you will see is an open sharing is going on. Two things you'll notice. The first is that the festival is taking place at the lower town. The peasants' town, if you will, but you do see plenty of nobles present. Mostly dressed in finery and keeping their distance from the smelly peasants. But definitely partaking. You see these sort of long tables, all dressed in sort of simple floral, sort of late autumn floral decorations. And piled upon these different tables are different things that people are sharing, and this doesn't necessarily mean food. You'll see one woman is sharing beaded jewelry, another is sharing little cakes, somebody is sharing some inks that they have made. It is clear that one particular family, it is the child who has made these little sort of wooden sculptures that they're sharing. Everybody has brought something that they can share or give. You'll notice Harriet and Henry, the two tavern waiters and waitresses, I guess is the best word I can come up with, are sharing these sort of long curled sausages that they've obviously cured at the inn. You'll notice that Jobus is standing outside the inn with a few large tankards, large kegs of ale open for the sharing. Everyone seems to be sharing in one way or another, or partaking in the feast at another point. As you arrive, there's a bit of a stir as you guys head up. Assuming, Anivari, that you are looking like Anivari, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would have my gloves on, just FYI.
Yeah. It doesn't take any sort of check for you both to notice that various nobles are looking at you.
As
I'm
we
not wavering.
notice this, I'll lean into Anivari and just whisper, "Oh, by the way, there's someone new at court who seems to be whispering in insert NPC names.
Lady
here."
Christina.
Into Lady Christina's. Yeah, I don't know if this is what that is, but might be safe to assume so.
You look around. Give me a perception check for both of you. See if you can spot Lady Christina.
Oh, so close
No.
to the nat 20.
That's a 4.
Yeah, but the nat 20 is right next to the 2.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Okay, that makes all sense. I was like, there's a big gap between your 2 and a 20. Elora, what did you get?
Oh, I did much better. 5.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. The two of you look around. You can't really make out any of the real upper nobility. You just see regular nobles sort of looking over at you, and after a brief pause, Henson will come over to you. Anivari, William, a pleasure. Glad to see you. You've been out of town a while. Were you adventuring?
I hear there's someone new at court.
Yes.
The Whisperer.
Don't call him that to
Interesting
his
name.
face. His name is Hallis. He's a very well-made man, but his influence is obvious. No one's quite certain where he came from. But Lady Christina has really taken him into her confidence.
Is that what this is about? And I'll gesture to all the nobles.
Oh,
Staring at us.
there were a few questions asked about your whereabouts at court a few days ago, as you vanished as quickly as you arrived. Prince Aemon was a little forceful in telling people to keep their questions to themselves. But many said that you left for Jailoco. Perhaps they're looking for him.
Jailoco is gone.
Yes, he headed... if William didn't tell anyone. I just realised that.
I have more concerning matters.
He headed to the west a couple of days past, said he was seeking his fortunes elsewhere. He was a traveller, he was bound to leave in time.
To the west?
I believe he's headed to Durban.
Bit more south, but yeah, semantics.
Southwest.
Is Durban a place of interest to any of us?
Yeah, it's where you're from, Josh.
Oh no, then I immediately
I love that. I love that. I could list any place on the map and you would have no idea. It's wonderful. You might have known if I had have said like Sandringham, but apart from that, like nothing. Complete obliviousness.
No idea. Yeah, I think my pupils dilate at the sound of that.
Sorry, I was just saying hello to Derek, who's just raided. Hanson sort of looks at you and shakes his shoulders for a moment, and no one else is going to tell you. The Lady Christina expressed her pleasure that you had perhaps gone back from whence you came.
That's not surprising. We're usually not welcome long.
Unjust, it is. Some of us made that point.
It's brave of you.
Truth be told, I felt supported by Prince Aemon in the matter, but the last couple of days have been a little different. Something's brewing. Not that you'll be too interested. I know that you're not really into all the court politics and stuff. Where's your companions?
Resting. It's been a long...
You have been
A
adventuring.
couple of days.
He looks excited.
Sense.
Did you slay any mighty beasts? Any chimeras?
We fished.
Oh, a gentleman's endeavor. Well, and gentle lady's endeavor. A worthy pursuit. He changes his phrasing. Oh, he sort of motions for you to be quiet. And indeed, the whole area is going to come a little quiet, if the music would cooperate. And as you look over, you will see that it is time for the crowning of the Harvest King. Traditionally, this is a moment where one of the local people gets crowned with the harvest as the Harvest King. It's how to explain it? It would help if I could click the music first. Just hoping for it to be him. It's usually somebody who's given a lot to the community. In the recent times, it's quite an honor. It lasts a year. But immediately you get the sense that this might be something a little different. And
like a man.
Lord Martin, Lady Christina's husband, said, "It is with great pleasure that we announce this year's Festival King." He seems a little hesitant, and his wife will override him and say, "Yes, a coronation! The heir to Helmfirth, and indeed most of the surrounding lands, the Green Kingdoms as they were once known. We know how beloved your prince is. And in time, perhaps he will come to be a king. The Harvest King this year is our very own Prince Aemon." And you will notice as he steps forward, there's a sort of, instead of her placing a wreath of normally what is flowers on his head, she has this huge, ostentatious gold crown with emeralds and rubies set about it. Prince Aemon sort of stands up a little proudly. Looks around. The year forthcoming will be a good one. For everyone. In Norvina. Perhaps in the past I have gone about making changes the wrong way. And so I'm delighted to announce that this year, for the rest of Gold Harvest, there will be no taxes. Lady Christina looks a little angry. In addition, the Norvina Keep will be providing harvest cakes for all the townsfolk. Sort of smiles, and maybe a fella's bounty be upon all of us in the coming year. A good year comes. He smiles and gives a nod. There's this awkward silence, and then the peasants sort of like raucously clap. The nobles and Lady Christina all giving him a bit of a strange look. Henson's clapping.
Oh, he's getting assassinated.
And the festival sort of begins again, and it's clear that everybody's sort of having a bit of fun, and there's a sort of party atmosphere going on. He's clearly captured the hearts of the locals. But he is suspiciously absent for the rest of the festival. The Lady Christina as well, not present. You are left at a very nice harvest festival, the two of you. There's lots of things to eat and drink and share in, and I think Dinari had suggested that perhaps you took some non-magical trinkets to the festival and shared them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we brought. We might have brought some crystal glass flutes. I don't know.
Perhaps a fine midnight blue cloak, or 10 pieces of parchment, or a silver necklace with an embellished symbol of a pirate.
Something like that.
Maybe some heron arrows, heron feathers even.
A set of spoons.
Matched. Worth 2 gold pieces. That's a lot of money. Maybe you shouldn't give those away. But yeah. There is a pleasant air to the festival, even though there is an odd feeling from the nobles. Henson sort of begs his leave very quickly, and ever so sorry. I think I'm going to head home.
Why?
The festive air has departed.
You sound scared.
No. Just all a little odd. You haven't dined at our home, have you?
Not had the
No.
pleasure.
Perhaps you would care to. Nine cents? The 4 of you?
When? Sorry? How long? How?
Perhaps a
in the
couple of
future
days
did you
hence?
say? That's... How about in 5-6 days hence?
Oh, well, if your schedules are a little busy, I'll have Jackson... Where should Jackson deliver an invite?
We're staying at a small cabin to the southwest.
Hopefully not too easy to miss.
Should be clear.
Okay, nonsense. Very well. I'll have an invitation sent out. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
I'm suddenly starting to wonder in my head whose farmland we've co-opted with a cabin.
A lot of land around Novena is unclaimed, so that is worth mentioning. But Jackson will very quickly say to you on his way out, "This isn't right. Something's off." And as you look around, you will note that almost all the nobles have departed. And I think that's a good place to leave it today. And we will come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. We'll start with Jack, who I will just like to commend you that after a brief bit of focus on you, you've been fairly shut out the session. So thank you very much for being so patient and listening. So
Still good. Still fun to listen.
good.
I think I'll just keep it a 1. I really want 2, but I'll keep it to 1. Where I think it's the way Josh portrays William in the fact that he has no guilt for Weary, which is actually that and blaming it on Seraphina, which is like, you think, how can you have no guilt? But it's like, that's the healthy option. Like I would actually like in real life scenario, I would be like, yeah, that's like the way to go about feeling about it, because it's not you. It isn't you. Like, 1, Weary made the decision, and 2, like, you're not. William's not the one actually performing the task.
He didn't ask
so,
ask you. No.
Yeah, of course. So Jack feels the way that William is handling the situation as like that's the way to handle the situation or feel about the situation.
And I think it makes sense in a lot of ways. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it does. So I just resonate with that. But but it's fun playing a character who probably wouldn't resonate with that in a way.
I know you've only been here half the session, but Laura.
Yeah, so I missed out on all the fun stuff. I mean, we got the fun stuff at the end.
Sorry,
excited
the festival was shit,
but...
was it? No, I'm kidding. Carry on, as you were.
I have one little one for mentoring Durbin, and Josh is going, does that mean anything to us? It's like, gosh.
It's your home. yes.
And I have a little one that might not actually be anything, but I sort of thought I picked up on it, was the name of the new guy. Hollis?
Hallis.
Was that? that Hallis is also what three of us don't know, the name of Reva's cook.
Yeah.
So there's just something in that.
Yeah, so Reba talked about the cook that she hated that she got rid of. And this guy's name, the posh guy's name, was also Hallis. Exactly the same.
DMs don't name two characters the same in the
No, we
same
don't.
session.
No, we don't. In fact, you know what? You could have a little D6 for that. I was wondering if anybody would pick that up in the flyby. I knew that Bumpkin would pick it up in the notes, eventually watching it back if she did, but I didn't think it would get picked up first time round, so I'm impressed. Speaking of which, Bumpkin, you're a MVP.
Ooh. I think it was during Weary's little dream sequence, the idea of it was west means death, east means we're going back. And first off, the actual like dread that I felt that moment being like Weary could go either way.
Jack was talking to me about his backup character only 20 minutes before session.
But on the funnier note, it was west is death, east is we're going back, and the first word that you said was well, which is a W-E, and I'm not like the shit that I shat into my pants in that moment. Oh my god. Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, I've got two. One is the Harry Potter-esque afterlife choice was very, very cool. And you know, like Bumpkin said, we've when Weary has talked in the past about taking this deal and stuff, he's mentioned like he's lived his life. So you know, if this shines his or whatever, he's fine with that. So there was a part of me that was like, is this it? Is this like a smooth way out of for his character to be like, oh, I've done my part, I'm ready to like go now, you know? But I'm very happy that he still has things to do.
Me too. Me too, very pleased.
And the second one is, I mean, Bumpkin is gonna go for your role-playing Dinari by the second Weary drops all the way through. I mean, like the emotion, all of it is it was so good. And
I will say that chat seconded
so...
that, saying Dinari as the caretaker was so good, still a bit bristly but very loyal and willing to take on exhaustion just to be by his side.
Yeah, and you know, just the emotion that you portrayed in there, like that's why it prompted William to be like, I wonder if this is hitting hard because she's done this before. And so I'm very curious when things have relaxed a bit, when Weary comes to. I'm really looking forward to having that conversation, or you know, to see if that's the case, or if she's just really bashful because we're all like BFFs and she's just sad.
Jack, you had a second. Has it been taken?
It was basically what Josh's.
Yeah, I had a few. I like the idea of you beating up on a shadow monster, but I love that all three of us thought immediately when Josh said, "Would you like a punching bag?" that you were proffering William. Secondly, I really enjoyed this sort of the complete disparity between the way that William spoke with Seraphina and the way that Dinari spoke with Seraphina. Neither one of them particularly fond of her. Neither one of them particularly trusting of her, but one with sort of brutal honesty and like, you know, what does it matter what I say? You're going to do what you're going to do. And the other one with sort of, I'm not getting involved in your word games. I don't want to give you any answers. Very interesting. Obviously, some fine lines were walked. But I think a little bit of credit definitely to Jack for playing out the moments with, you know, because it's very easy to go, well, obviously I'm going to carry on playing my character and, well, I can't do anything because I'm asleep. So I thought you both took it graciously and made something of it, and I really enjoyed that. I think I'm with Jack. I really enjoyed William's sort of refusal to feel guilty, because what is he going to feel guilty about? I thought it was a pleasing take, because a lot of people would have, you know, immediately reverted to the guild side of things. But overall, I think it was a really good session. I think we'll end there. If you guys like to say goodbye.
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 We shall see you soon.